There are cars that make noise, and then there are cars that make history. The 2025 Lamborghini Revuelto doesn't whisper into the new hybrid era. It screams into it. This is Lamborghini's first V12 plug-in hybrid supercar, and it represents the brand's most radical transformation since the Countach. The moment you see it, you know you're looking at something that carries decades of Raging Bull DNA, yet is engineered for a future where performance doesn't just rely on fuel, but on electricity, precision, and intelligence. I remember the first time I saw the Revuelto roll onto the track. The air changed. There's a certain vibration that comes when 1,000 horsepower sits idling a few meters away. The sound isn't just mechanical, it's emotional. Today, we're diving into every part of this machine, from that otherworldly exterior to its hybrid V12 powertrain, its tracked-in chassis, the interior that mixes fighter jet and luxury lounge, and finally, what it actually feels like to drive something this insane. Buckle up, because this isn't just a review. It's a front row seat to Lamborghini's next era. Exterior design have been standing still. The Revuelto looks alive. Lamborghini didn't design this car with soft lines or smooth curves. It's all sharp edges, air channels, and raw aggression. It's the kind of shape that can slice through the air. Or your thoughts. At the front, the design has evolved beyond the Aventador's language. The lead Y-shaped headlights sit deep within sculpted recesses, surrounded by massive air intakes. The hood drops low, feeding air to the hybrid system and cooling the V12 engine that hides behind the cockpit. There's a sense of movement in every crease. Nothing feels ornamental. Every vent, every cut line has purpose. The proportions are jaw-dropping. Long, wide, impossibly low. You see it and immediately know, this isn't built for convenience. It's built to dominate the road. The side profile shows how Lamborghini has mastered its aero-sculpting philosophy. The air flows through open ducts behind the doors, feeding both the rear-mounted radiators and the electric system's cooling needs. The Revuelto rides on massive 20 and 21-inch wheels, with sculpted carbon ceramic brakes glinting through. Around the back, it's pure theater, twin hexagonal exhaust mounted high, a fully exposed engine bay underglass, and taillights that form that unmistakable Y signature glow. Above it all, an active rear wing rises and angles with your speed and driving mode, subtle in its intelligence, brutal in its effect. It's not beautiful in the traditional sense, it's aggressive, it's mechanical, and it's unapologetically Lamborghini. The Revuelto doesn't beg for attention, it demands it. Step inside the Revuelto. You're not so much entering a car strapping into a spaceship. The cockpit is pure theater, angular lines, layered textures, and the unmistakable Lamborghini mix of carbon, leather, and Alcantara. 3 digital displays dominate the interior, a 12.3-inch driver display, an 8.4-inch central touchscreen, and a smaller 9.1-inch passenger screen. Each serves a unique purpose. The passenger can even see performance data, maps, or driving mode changes in real time. The steering wheel is an event in itself. It's packed with toggles and rotary dials to adjust modes. You've got Strada, Sport, and Casa for traditional driving, and EV, Hybrid, or Performance modes to manage how the power is deployed. That's 13 different combinations in total, each transforming how the car feels and responds. The materials are exquisite, customizable in just about any configuration. You can have carbon fiber dominating the cabin, or go for soft leathers and Alcantara in bold Lamborghini colors. The seats are supportive yet surprisingly comfortable. Visibility is still tight. This is a supercar after all, but you sit low, surrounded by an architecture that feels both mechanical and artistic. And here's the part that surprises you, it's actually livable. The Revuelto's cabin isn't a torture chamber like some old Lambos. There's storage space, connectivity, and even a level of refinement that makes short trips feel civilized, right up until you hit the throttle. talk about what's hiding beneath that sculpted carbon shell, because this is where Lamborghini rips up the rulebook. The Revuelto uses a brand new 6.5-liter, naturally aspirated V12, codenamed L545, the most powerful V12 Lamborghini has ever made. On its own, it produces around 814 horsepower and revs all the way to 9,500 revolutions per minute. The sound it makes, pure thunder. But here's where it gets wild. The V12 isn't working alone. It's joined by 3 electric motors, one integrated into the new 8-speed dual-clutch transmission at the rear, and 2 at the front axle. Together, they deliver a combined total of about 1,001 horsepower. That's Bugatti-level output from a hybrid Lamborghini. The car's energy source is a 3.8 kilowatt-hours lithium-ion battery mounted in the central tunnel, right where the drift shaft used to be in older models. It's small, but it's designed for performance. You can drive the Revuelto in pure electric mode for around 6 miles, silent, eerie, almost unsettling for a Lamborghini, but the real magic happens when the system blends electric torque with the V12's Fury. 0 to 60 miles per hour happens in just 0.2 seconds. 0 to 100 miles per hour is gone in under 5. And if you keep pushing, it will run to a top speed just over 117 miles per hour. The acceleration feels instantaneous, like the car is rewriting the rules of physics in real time. The electric motors fill in every gap in the power band, no lag, no hesitation, just a relentless surge forward. When the V12 screams to life above 6,000 revolutions per minute, it's symphonic chaos, raw combustion meeting digital precision. This is not an eco hybrid. This is a performance hybrid designed to make your heart race and your mind struggle to keep up. To handle that kind of performance, Lamborghini had to reinvent its entire architecture. The Revuelto sits on what they call the monofuselage, a new carbon fiber monocoque chassis. That's lighter, stiffer, and safer than anything they've built before. The front structure, made of forged composites, helps shed weight while improving rigidity. The suspension setup is double wishbone all around, with adaptive dampers and a redesigned geometry that works with the car's new torque vectoring system. Because of the 2 front electric motors, the Revuelto can send precise amounts of power to each front wheel independently. The result? All-wheel drive that feels intelligent and organic. It doesn't just grip. It predicts. Around corners, the Revuelto feels smaller than it is. The rear-wheel steering adds agility. The active aerodynamics plant the car to the tarmac. And the electric torque fill eliminates understeer. You can push it harder than you think possible, and the car just obeys brakes. Massive carbon ceramic discs with regenerative capability, and when you hit them hard, they feel like parachutes. The transition between regenerative and mechanical braking is nearly seamless. The balance Lamborghini has achieved here is extraordinary. This isn't just a fast car in a straight line. It's a driver's weapon, one that feels razor-sharp, alive, and almost sentient. Now comes the real question. What's it like to drive? In the city, with the car in Strada and EV mode, the Revuelto can glide silently. It feels like piloting something from the future. No vibration, no sound. Just the surreal sight of a Lamborghini creeping past in silence. Switch into hybrid mode and things start to come alive. The V12 awakens, the gearbox engages, and the car feels eager, like it's straining against its leash. In sport, the sound sharpens, throttle response tightens, and the suspension firms up. Then there's Casa, the full attack mode. Launch it, and it's chaos in the best way possible. The car rockets forward, the electric motors slam torque into the ground instantly, and the V12 howls as it climbs toward 9,000 revolutions per minute. The gear shifts crack with mechanical violence. The active wing adjusts, and your surroundings blur through corners. The Revuelto feels planted and fearless. You can brake deep, turn hard, and power out with zero hesitation. The car seems to anticipate your every input. It's more communicative, more responsive, and more agile than any V12 Lamborghini before it. But beyond the numbers, the Revuelto delivers something else: emotion. The sound, the sensations, the smell of the brakes cooling after a hard run, it's intoxicating. It's the rare blend of analog drama and digital precision. So, what do I make of the 2025 Lamborghini Revuelto? It's a milestone. It's not just the fastest or most powerful Lamborghini ever made. It's the most important, because it proves that electrification doesn't mean the end of emotion. It means evolution. The Revuelto keeps everything we love about Lamborghini, the outrageous styling, the symphonic V12, the drama, but adds a layer of instant response and intelligence that makes it sharper and more capable than ever. Sure, it's not perfect. It's expensive, it's complex, and it's still thirsty. But when you're behind the wheel, none of that matters. What matters is how alive it makes you feel. The 2025 Revuelto isn't just a car. It's Lamborghini's way of saying the future can still scream. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Revuelto, hit subscribe because next, we're taking it to the track to see what 1,000 hybrid horsepower feels like unleashed.